Hey guys, welcome back to D&D. Quick recap of last episode. This was the meeting of the party. We met around the the unearthed corpse of an ancient dragon with some sort of magical item buried deep in the stomach of that dragon. Chakolth bravely stupidly went up, touched the glaive. The glaive disappeared into a fine mist of powder and had some sort of communication. We're not quite sure what we communicate with. What happened seemed to have been over in an instant. We're all kind of reeling from that. And on our way out to kind of recover from what was happening, something's occurred. We have creatures forming around us that we're about to have to do combat with. We did address some of the technical issues. Hopefully we'll be able to have a slightly better solution in the future. But for now, Adam is going to stop transmitting video. It seems to have made his audio totally clear, and I think that is the best compromise we have for this gaming session. So hopefully everything will be well for that. So we're just going to carry on with the game from here. So let's get to it. Hey, Adam.
Hey. Yeah, so basically you'll need to roll initiative, and as you sort of preparing for this, so Thaddeus moving forward, Sniven moving back behind him, etc., two large ank heads rise up out of the ground and sort of move to attack.
Okay. Can you describe what these are? 'Cause I don't know that word. Oh, and I didn't click on my guide, so I screwed up your initiative order. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. Let me just add that in.
Thanks. I can edit it.
That?
Yep, sure.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Why is it still saying Filthy's Warlock like that? I thought I edited the name. Uh-oh. You're cutting out. Oh, god damn it.
Okay, I wasn't talking. Sorry.
Okay.
So an ankhead is a huge insectoid monster with many slender limbs and large antennae. They sort of burrow underground and hunt from below.
This is literally Tim's monster. We've just found Tim's monsters.
Basically, yeah. This is
perfect.
the kind of thing that they were directing him to sort of go and hunt down.
All right. Cool. Okay, so...
So in descending order, it's you first.
Ooh. All right. I don't. Oh, I do see them on the map. I guess I don't have a grid here, so I'm just guessing positioning.
Oh, hang on. Let's. What about now?
Yep. Perfect. Okay. I am going to scoot over behind Thaddeus, and I am going to take an attack on. I'm gonna reach over him with my glaive, which is a reach weapon, and attack over him into the insectoid directly beneath him.
Sure.
Okay, cool. And I will take my attack here. That's a 23.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that will hit for 7 slashing damage.
Okay, perfect.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action, and I'm going to swing around my glaive and smash it with the butt of my weapon.
Perfect. Okay.
That's a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that's enough as well.
Awesome. All right, and I'll do 9 with that.
Perfect. So you sweep to your left. As you're moving to the left in your stride, you swing the glaive and hit it on the side, and then you twirl it around again. Thaddeus is a small person in front of you, and you're quite tall, so you can easily reach over him with that and hit the creature. Sniven, you're next.
Okay. So as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Mantle of Inspiration.
Okay.
That's like the abridged version. Basically, it gives everyone 5 temporary health, and it also lets them use a reaction to move if you want to, but it's mostly just being used now for the health.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So, bask in my presence, minions, and kill these.
All right.
And then as a standard action, I will cast Vicious Mockery. It's a cantrip on the southern one. Or the, southernmost one. So they have to make a Wisdom DC saving throw. It's 14 DC. And if he saves, then nothing happens. But if he fails, then he takes 1d4 psychic damage and has disadvantage on his next attack.
Okay, was that 14?
Yes.
Yeah, so he fails that.
Okay, excellent.
So
So
he
he takes-
has disadvantage.
Yes, on his next
I'll
attack.
I'll use that. And he takes 1 psychic damage.
Yeah. Well, I'll use Fury of the Small also, so it's 5
Oh, of
total.
course. Yeah, oh, that's such a great ratio. I love that.
Yep.
Is it once per short rest, long rest?
Yeah.
Short
Yeah.
rest.
Either.
Okay.
Either.
Okay.
Okay. Is that all your actions? You don't want
Yep.
to move or anything? Yeah.
Oh, I guess
cool.
I'll move
Thaddeus?
back a little.
Sure. Kevin.
So I can shift over 1 without provoking opportunity. Is that true?
It's what maybe you leave their range. So
Yeah. Yeah. So because that's still in the diagonal. Nice. Okay.
Right. So we
Can you see the map and everything now, Kevin? Is that all okay?
I can. I have
Excellent,
magically
great.
recovered
Okay,
the map. And then I think I will probably give a slam to the one on the south that we've already been working on.
Sure.
So that's
That's a hit.
Warhammer. Then I do damage,
8. Nice. Okay.
and I don't think I'm gonna put any extra smite into that or anything. It's early in the fight. I don't know how tough they are.
Sure. Okay. So you take a step to your right, and as you go past, you slam your hammer into the side of this anchor. It sort of screams in rage. It looks really beaten up now after it's taken a few hits. Steve?
All right. I believe I'm casting Mage Armor and War Dance.
War dance. Is that like blade singing?
Blade Song, yeah.
I like it. If you want to reskin your blade singing into a war dance, I think that would be perfectly good, really good, particularly with the accent. I think if you want to go that route.
would you,
Well,
would you have cast Mage Armor beforehand since it lasts 8 hours?
I mean, probably, but we can just do it here. That's fine.
Okay.
And then I still have a reaction left. My guy has like 20 different things.
Okay,
and
so
I
reaction-
don't know what they are, but my reaction I think will happen when I get attacked, probably.
Right, not on your turn.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
don't actually have a reaction. You have 1 reaction per round available, Steve. But the way it works is to react, you have to have something that triggers your reaction. You don't just get a reaction. If that makes sense.
Right.
Okay.
So when it attacks me, I will likely react to that
No.
if it does.
Well, okay, yes,
No?
yes, sorry, yes, but you're not. Okay, so there's a thing in this game called holding an action, and a holding an action uses your reaction. And you could, for example, say, I'm going to not attack it till it walks into range of me, then I'll hit it. That would use your reaction.
Right.
If you're trying to do that, you can't because you've already used an action, which was your mage armor. If you're just saying, I don't have a reaction right now, and if something happens, I'll have it for later, then yes, that would be true. I couldn't tell what you were saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In terms of what Steven's character likely would have done when he arrived here a few hours before everyone else, bearing in mind that Mage Armor lasts 8 hours and his character would be aware of that, he would have likely cast it prior to the battle. And just because he's not got the knowledge of that as a person in terms of D&D, I think it's safe to say you would have that active already, Steven, and you can like make another attack or make another action. if you
Unless he was trying to bait the
Okay.
monsters in.
Unless I was trying to look weak.
Yeah.
Trying to look.
I mean, I don't think an Ankhead's going to know if it's got Mage Armor.
I'm just totally
If he's
fucking
got
with
Mage
him.
Armor.
It's,
That's fine.
To be honest,
Look,
you have
you
to have a
I'm
high
delicious.
intelligence to understand this character.
Okay.
If you want to hit it, or shoot,
Sure.
or move,
I'll hit it.
whatever you want to do.
I will attack it with. Okay, so now I get to find out if I know what this does.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to rapier it. I'm clicking rapier on my character sheet,
Okay.
Bam, that's a hit.
and then my cantrip, Green Flame Blade, I think is the one I want to use here. And if I click that, does that say what it does? Woo!
Okay, so normally that would be an AoE, but there's nothing within 5 feet of it. So I guess you could hit Thaddeus as well as the insect if you wanted, but I don't think there's two hostiles together.
Nope, we don't want that because I'm not 5th level yet. Okay,
Okay,
so we booming blade it. There we go.
Okay,
Sorry, bear with me.
that's all right.
It's okay.
Just next time, Steve, opposite order though.
And it takes another 1d8. I booming blade before attack.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Gotcha.
But you should click on the rapier thing to roll for damage for the rapier.
So you
damage.
need to roll rapier damage, yeah. And then do you roll damage for the spell as well?
No, this will only trigger
Okay,
if
so
it
there's-
moves.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
And it won't. So I think that's my turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably.
You're a
It's their turn?
fledgling blade singer. You're just figuring out your
I am.
powers.
I am.
I mean, according to his story, he's a legendary one, but yeah.
I think that was part of
Well,
that
not legendary, but
sabotage.
he's at least.
That was
he's
part
at
of.
least okay.
He just kind of fell into it, man. He's still working things out.
Yep.
Sure. Okay, so this one.
Rusty.
Let's see. Hang on a second. Yeah, that works. Okay. 30 feet. 5 feet. Each creature. Okay, so Thaddeus, Chakolth, and Sniven make a dexterity saving throw as the one here to the left breathes a cone of acid in a straight line across all three of you.
Ugly.
A dexterity saving throw.
That doesn't look
Lovely.
very dexterous.
Looking for. Oh, I am magically dexterous.
Okay, so let's see here. What is it?
I have a feeling I didn't save.
Half. Okay. Okay.
What kind of breath is this?
Acid.
Acid.
Ah,
No, not poison, right?
rats.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone takes 14. Sorry. Filthy takes 14. Everyone else takes 7
Okay.
acid damage.
So that burns through our temporary.
Right. So, right, because everyone has 5 temporary from the seeing that I did.
Okay. All right. So we
Okay,
get
and then
So it spits acid in a cone at us, and everyone else manages to jump aside, and you only get a little bit sprayed, but I get all of it. I get like the full force in my face.
well, Thaddeus just needs to duck a little bit and put his shield up so it hits you completely because you're big and tall and in the way. And Sniven is just behind you, so he just like gets a little bit, as it comes off you. And then this one in front here.
That's a beautiful image.
Fight towards Thaddeus.
Duck behind the shows like splashes off of it into me.
It misses with the bite, and then Chakolth, your turn.
Okay. I am going to. I'm going to scoot just a little bit over to there, I think, and I'm going to attack the wounded one, the one that has disadvantage on the right there, with my polearm. I'm going to smash it with the glaive again. All right.
Sure.
And that is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. 6 slashing.
Is that not a crit for you?
No. No, that was a 17 natural roll, and it's only.
Oh
crit.
yeah.
I have to
see,
hex it if I want to get crits, extra crits. Okay.
Right.
And then
That's 6.
yep. And then I'm going to duplicate my move from last time. Spin the blade around by the center and smash it with the shaft again.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough as well. So you step to the left as Thaddeus moves away, and you swing the blade, sort of in an upwards vertical motion, cutting it down the center, and you reveal like a sort of fleshy part of its head as you cut the armor open, and then you drive the bottom of the haft in, and the creature falls over dead.
Cool. And then I will spend just a little. Can I without? I don't want to spend a whole lot of time doing this, but just does it look like it's a pool of acid where it's died, or is it just? Can I step around it? It's still pretty put together, or
it's leaking, but it's in that sort of 10-foot square there. So it's not really anywhere near you. It's not going to sort of move into these squares here. So it's just sort of it is leaking this acid, but it's not really going to do any damage to you or Thaddeus, for example.
Okay, then I will stay where I am. I am good.
All right, Sniven.
Okay, I'm going to move back some, and I'm going to do the same thing with the Song of Mantle of Inspiration, so that everyone gets 5 bonus hit points back again.
It doesn't heal; it just gives us temporary hit points, right?
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Does that stack?
Well, no, but none of us have any
Right.
because
I'm
we're
just for the future.
right.
Okay.
Right.
I still had mine. Thank you very much.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. And then I moved back a little bit, and I suppose I'll just do the cantrip again. So DC Wisdom save DC 14.
Okay, yeah. What's that called? Vicious Mockery.
Yes.
Can you describe like what that is? Like Do you just shout at it or something? Or...
Basically, it's like.
How do you insult an insect? I'm interested too, Zylo.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
Well, I thought they had to understand your language, maybe, no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, I could pull up the whole card to be sure, but I don't think so. Basically, Sniven said, your mother was a dung beetle. And that's it.
Okay. It fails, so if you can... Oh, so it takes another 3. Yeah.
Yep, just 3.
Just 3. Okay, cool.
And disadvantage on next attack.
Yeah. And then Thaddeus?
Hold on. Can I use my reaction to move when he mentals in that turn? Am I doing this too late? And it doesn't provoke reaction.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna move over here.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Kevin?
Yeah, so I just hammer him again.
Okay. You swing in and your hammer bounces off the hard armor this time.
And I
Seems this one's a little tougher.
don't have advantage, do I? They have disadvantage.
Correct.
Right.
You did have until Tim moved away.
Why?
Because isn't it when you have multiple attackers?
There's no flanking thing.
No flanking in 5e. If you want to do some sort of ruling with it, if you can do it on the fly, what you like. But there's no basic ruling for flanking in 5e.
Right.
And honestly,
is that just for your rogue, Silo? Then
Well,
yes.
yeah, you get sneak attack, but you don't get advantage for the whole flanking thing.
okay.
which is
I thought if you overwhelmed the target, like if there was 2 or 3 of you, you got flanking or not flanking advantage.
no, not inherently.
Right. Do you want to do anything else, Kevin? Like move or bonus or anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Steven?
Well, hold still, big boy. A ray of frost it.
Okay.
Does that hit?
No, and you just missed Kevin.
Oh,
He's a small boy.
This beam of ice flies past you, Kevin, and you think for a second, just for 1 second, that Tim may have been trying to hit you. Or he's so bad at aiming, and now you're nervous.
great.
I don't think I have a relevant bonus action.
Okay.
I think I have spell slot bonus actions, but I think we're okay.
Okay. This was gonna attack Kevin with a bite. It's get disadvantage. It misses. And it's gonna move. No, it's gonna stay there. Chakolth, you okay?
Okay. I will, seeing that it's still up, I will sprint to the west a little bit here, to about there, I think. Actually, let's even go further. These are 5-foot squares, right? So I was here.
Yep.
So it's 5, 10, 15, 20. I assume these 2 squares directly above it are in its reach. It's a 4x4. It's a 2x2 rather.
That's right.
Okay.
I
Then I
think
will
you're in
go.
its reach now, even.
Oh, I don't want to move into its reach. I'll move diagonal there then instead of there. And I have, I believe, two squares of movement left. I will move to there, and I will reach out with my glaive and try to shear off parts of its body. So,
Sure.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Okay. So again, the weapon clangs off the side of it, similarly to Thaddeus.
And then I will do my best to smash it with my the shaft of my weapon. So, not good. All right.
As you twirl the blade, you actually trip and fall down to your knee.
Okay.
Not quite prone, but you just managed to recover before you fell over.
Okay. So, off balance. Got
And
it.
Sniven?
Careful with the sharp thing, mate. I'm standing 10 feet behind you.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
you're
that could
definitely
hit
at
you.
range. Is
Yeah,
that especially when I'm rotating it around to get.
Yep.
Oh gosh, what do we do?
You be careful with the ice blast, mate.
Oh gosh, what do we do if our designated DPS character doesn't DPS it enough? I guess I'll cast Vicious Mockery on it again.
Okay,
Okay.
We'll just cantrip it down.
it's fine.
So that's just the DC again, isn't it?
Yep.
So that bonus action that gives people temporary health, how many times can you do that?
It takes a bardic inspiration every time I do it, so I have 4 of them every long rest.
Okay. It fails again.
One.
It takes one.
But I think Xylo, I think it's reasonable to ask for insults about vicious mockery.
And you smell like a dung beetle also.
Do you not add your damage modifier to that at all?
No, the Fury of the Small is just once per short rest.
No, I mean just like your spell casting.
Spell?
No,
Nope.
the benefit of it is it gives disadvantage, right?
Right.
Oh, of course, right, yeah, okay. Alright, if you can move if you want as well, and then Thaddeus, it's your go again.
I can do this all day long.
I have to think of an insult.
This thing just screams in your face as you say that, and
every
you bash it
cantrip?
on the head as it leans forward to scream at you. Oh, nice. Okay, good rolls.
And I think the acid blast has changed my my sense of the danger of these things. I'm going to go ahead and add a divine smite and burn off a spell slot.
Sure.
Lovely.
An extra 6. Can you describe, like, in what way your hammer changes when you use that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it begins a glowing aura, and I shout something inflammatory like, may the infested flames of your inner bowels explode through your glands and eat your body from the inside, you fiend.
And you hit it with a hammer, and this explosion of color comes
This is
off
why
his chest.
vicious mockery
And
only
it-
does 1d4.
Right.
It literally explodes outwards across you, and acid sort of comes towards you, but it's only very small, and you raise that shield, and it just bounces off.
Lovely.
All right. Beautiful.
You're out of combat.
Okay. Well, I'll look around, and everyone looks like I'm the worst for the wear out of this. Everyone else looks to be just coated in acid, and I'll kind of I'll say, does anyone know what these are? Where they come from? Should we expect more?
No.
No, you don't know, or no more.
Yes.
Would I have fought these before? Do I actually know
Yep.
what they are?
Yep, this is, you fought this sort of big game before. You've never really taken on more than one on your own, but you're used to fighting these creatures.
Yeah, these
Oh
are,
yeah, these ones are good training monsters. The better stuff comes later.
these are kind of common though, right?
Yeah, so these are definitely sort of common monstrous animals that obviously they lie in wait in places like this for people
Right.
to come along, and they prey on people that are unsuspecting of them.
So
you
would-
guys are keen adventurers, and you notice the ground changing, and you're used to this kind of thing, and you knew how to react.
Right. Okay. So we would have probably fought these before.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Well, in that
And
case,
there's
then
no
I'll-
reason to think that there's like a hive of them and there are more coming.
Not really.
Oh,
You kind of can tell from your experience that this is probably just a pair that have been hunting together. and
Yeah.
There's no signs around that show
That's a good.
there's more than two.
I want to look at the places they're in. Do I know enough about these creatures? Do they travel through like tunneling through dirt and rock, or are they ambush creatures? Were they here?
They would move around, but usually stay within a certain area and kind of set up a camp or an ambush or a hive, whatever you want to call it, depending on how many there are, and wait for unsuspecting prey. But they would generally tend to move to an area where they know things are going to frequently pass through there, so that they can survive and flourish.
Is there a trophy or a thing of value that you would typically take from one?
The
You could
genitals.
feasibly forge armor from these, using their shells, I guess, or
Does it like
chitin,
take
I
a
think
long
it's called.
time to rip the armor off? It's like shelling a
Yes.
crab or something.
I guess that depends on your expertise in doing that. If that's something you would usually do, I think your character's being a hunter and stuff. Is that something that you would normally do? Take a trophy or like a skin or a hide?
It was a great kill, Thad. Go ahead and take the hide. That one's yours.
I don't want the hide, but that acid was a formidable weapon. Should we collect some of it?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I
I don't know about that.
As they're
Look
talking,
at this completely not interested in harvesting anything from these.
I walk over to
You're not
Sniven.
going to be able to harvest any of the acid, really. It's just sort of lying. I mean, I guess if you try to get it out of the creature itself while it's still dying in front of you, you might. But you need a container that can hold acid. Have you got that?
I'm not about to try this nonsense.
Yeah, I also am of that mindset. I say as much. Yeah, I think the acid's scary, but I have no way to transport this. Let's
I'd like to walk over to the creature and sort of roll my eyes at Thaddeus like I'm dealing with a toddler who can't eat food or something. I want to just like peel a bit of the plate off and hand it to him if I can.
Sure.
Like get a bit.
You use your rapier and jam it in, and you're sort of used to doing this with these creatures, and you pop a piece of chitin off quite easily.
Look, there you go, eh? And I want to slap it like covered in acid and slime against his chest, just very affectionately.
That's okay. How do you react, Kevin?
What is wrong with you? Can't you see? What a foolish... What? No, I do not want your slimy chitinous shell. I'm going to just throw it on the ground.
Well, let me get the kill next time then, eh?
Absolutely. You stand in front.
I'm laughing. I'm watching this and I start to laugh at that, and then I suddenly stumble, almost fall over and catch myself on the shaft with my glaive, and kind of says, "Fuck, that acid must have taken it out of me a little bit more than I thought." Can we get out of this pit? And I'm talking to Sniven as I say this.
Yeah, sounds good to me. There's nothing else here because you destroyed it.
Don't put too fine a point on your point.
I'll begin kind of trudging.
Was that vicious mockery?
1 point of psychic damage.
Yeah. I'll begin kind of dragging myself up the path out of here. And I'm kind of walking a little bit slower than I might otherwise. Definitely slower than when I came in here. So I'd like to. Can we leave the pit?
I'd like to just have a quick perusal around, kind of circumnavigate the dragon there and see if I can tell what kind it was or anything about how long it's been here or anything useful about why it's dead in the bottom of a hole. Okay. Or why it's dead and wasn't in the bottom of a hole until the meteor hit, I guess.
Okay. All you can really tell is that it's very, very old, and from the size of the dragon, you expect that blade must have been fairly powerful to just kill it outright.
All right. Good enough.
If we're leaving the crater, I'd like to be bringing up the rare.
I thought you were going to skin him.
I'll detect magic while nobody's looking. Maybe is there over the side of the crater or something?
Okay. You see,
You had that prepared?
Do I have to
Auras
prepare
of
it?
everyone in the party,
It's a ritual.
because everyone's carrying magical items.
You cannot prepare it and cast it as a ritual, but it takes 10 minutes to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the whole ritual thing.
Okay. Don't tell me then.
Okay. He doesn't want to cast it, I guess. Got it.
Okay.
I'm not going to stand there for 10 minutes.
Well, so you're saying if it's in his spell list, then he can, but otherwise he cannot.
It's a wizard thing. So, but yes, he has ritual casting, which allows some spells that are ritual spells that can be cast either instantly, but you have to have it prepared, or they can be cast as a ritual.
What does prepared mean?
Active.
In your spell list.
Well, there's
it's in my spell list.
Yeah, so you can. There's having it like in your spell book, which is you have it, and then you pick certain spells in your spell book that you have prepared. That's what wizards do.
It's a different spell casting system than a paladin.
Right.
Right. You asked, "Do you have it prepared?" And I don't think he ever answered. And so,
I have no idea. I don't have spells prepared.
It sounds like he didn't pick out which ones he has prepared and which ones he doesn't. And so most of the time, people don't have that prepared just because they can still use it as a ritual.
Gotcha.
So I guess we'll talk about that more later. But for now, let's just assume that he did not have it prepared.
Yep.
We'll help you with that later. Okay.
So you guys, can you see this big map now?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so this is your location. This is your party symbol I'm going to use to sort of say where you are. So the crater is obviously that's where you are. Hey. Let's just change that to me. So yeah,
I didn't see it,
this
whatever
is
it was.
and
So.
someone was moving the thing around. Where would you guys like to go? I mean, a couple of you. I think was it Kevin's character that I said? Yeah, Kevin has been at Red Larch, so that's up to you whether you guide the party that way or whatever you want to do next.
Well, I suppose we would do like a short rest at least, right?
Sure.
Fine with that.
I don't need to.
Okay.
I mean, I just wanted a second to recover a minute, and I'm feeling a lot better once I get out of that pit. Like, I'm okay to go. I say as much. Thank you for the concern, Sniven, but I'm not. There's nothing like. It's not like I have a pressing wound or something. I'm just feeling a little off. Let's just keep moving.
I suggest we go back to Red Larch. There's a swinging sword in there that has decent food, and we can talk about our adventures and what we plan next.
So you're saying we?
He does want to be friends.
I didn't mean together necessarily. I meant as a companionable way to part ways.
You know, you come off as a bit cold sometimes, but I can tell that you're a sweet spirit inside, eh?
Who?
You!
Did you sustain an injury during this fight?
No, that was the rest of the guys. I'm just fine.
Well, I suppose since nothing came of this, and we don't have anything else pressing, there's no reason not to head to Red Lodge.
Yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment, isn't it? Let's do it. I could use a beer.
How far roughly do we?
So each
expect to
hex is
4 miles.
Is it 4?
I think that's what.
Yeah, 4 miles. Yeah, that's what the legend says. So it probably you all have horses.
Oh, we do. Okay.
Yeah, so it would take you. I don't know. See, this is my weakest part of D&D is time and distance and travel. So, but I don't know what. Say that's 4, 8, 12 miles on horses.
2 hours? Hour and a half?
Yeah, sure. It'll take you a couple of hours. You guys set off sort of during the daytime, so I guess it's about lunchtime when you arrive back to Red Larch. Okay,
Does Sniven have like a donkey or something?
Yeah, I guess you'd have a
dwarf horse.
pony, or I don't know what smaller folk would use.
What the heck
Dwarf
would
horse.
a goblin ride?
Wherever you feel your character would generally ride, that's what you
think
have.
about that.
Okay.
A big dog.
A big dog would be so perfect.
Dog.
Can we please have him riding a big dog?
He wants a dog? You can have a dog.
You ride a Great Dane.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
All right, perfect.
Okay, so
Giddy up, Fido.
That's right.
well, that's taken a while to load. Come on, map.
Loaded for us.
Okay.
All right.
Red Lodge has been an important stop on a long road for 2 centuries now. This is the kind of information you guys will have gathered, either just from knowing the locale. For example, when Sniven and Chakolth were in Waterdeep, they might have learnt this. Bereatim and Thaddeus have been spending a little time in the local region studying this as well. It's named for a distinctive stand of red larch trees that were cut down when the hamlet was founded. Red Larch became a settlement in the first place thanks to a drinkable spring that a sizable pond was ideal for watering horses, oxen, and pack mules. There's an east-west trail that meets at the pond, which runs down to the logging community. The Bardrite Inn and another trail leads to the quarries. In recent years, new quarries have been opened up, and you can tell as soon as you arrive from the northern part of the town, up here at number 24, there's a very large quarry, and this area is sort of known for its good stonework and trade and quarry workers in the local area. So
I'm an expert on stonework. I'll be the judge of that.
Each of these buildings, the red houses, is like an area that you can have an interaction with. The other ones are just sort of like people's homes and stuff like that.
And the swinging sword is
Number 2 here.
Okay.
number 2.
So you guys, I guess, would come in from the western road here, and it's really up to you what you want to do.
I suppose head to the inn.
I'll say to Thaddeus, I think if you, I don't know if you're a drinking man, but let me buy you a beer or a meal. I think your timely help was much appreciated, and the same goes to you. And I turned to Tim. So you're both it's good to have both of you around. I don't quite know where those things came from, but it's always helpful to have allies. Let me get around.
Under the ground.
Yes, they did come
That's
from
where
under
they
the
come
ground,
from.
Tim. Good, very good.
Have you introduced yourself as Tim?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Maybe not. My friends
That's
call me
fine.
Tim.
Well, what should I call you, Tim?
Tim's great.
Fair enough. So I'll start walking towards the inn.
Okay.
Right.
Everyone make a perception roll.
Sure. How civilized is this area? I, when you were introing the story, you mentioned this area is not very far. It's rather quite far from hostile stuff. But is it going to be weird if we're wandering around with weapons in this area out? I mean, we did just
Not at
get
all.
jumped
They're
by
used-
giant bugs.
They're used to adventurers wandering around. You get all kinds of different traders coming from different places, coming through this town. Either coming to, like buy and trade stone, cattle, grain, occasionally, maybe magical items, stuff like that. But that's very rare because of the closer places like Waterdeep and Neverwinter. So yeah, it's just like a bustling place.
Okay.
So hang on, I did want to show you guys 2 images here. So this is what Red Larch kind of looks like as you arrive.
Okay.
And as you take this western road in and then turn north to come towards the tavern, this is kind of what it would look like to you from the outside. If you were in that truck, for example, with that man.
Those are both blank to me.
Oh,
Are
they load for me.
Okay. I'll see it later then.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so you guys pull up to the Swinging Sword, walking slowly along, and as you sort of are walking, Sniven, Chakolth, you kind of overhear
One
different
sec.
people. Oh,
Don't forget my passive perception is 19, which is better than both of those.
right, sure. So you would hear that as well.
Okay.
2 seconds. Where is it? Oh, it's got to restart my computer. Sorry, I had a file open. Yeah, so as you're walking through the town, you can kind of hear a couple of different people that are sort of all talking about the same thing, which is the disappearance of a delegation that's been sort of going along the road. You kind of hear overhear conversations that people seem to be missing or that they haven't arrived in time yet, and people are kind of surprised. You're only kind of hearing very small fractions of this, but you're slowly piecing it together as you're sort of maybe talking to each other and giving each other, Thaddeus would probably comment that they weren't talking about this when he left, and now it's a bit there's definitely a bustle. A lot of people are talking about this topic, and it looks to be something important.
All right.
So, yeah, go ahead.
I
Were you going to say something?
wasn't. Go ahead.
Okay. I'd like to go up to somebody that seems like they are more knowledgeable than just rumors and nonsense, if I can spot somebody that might fit that description.
Okay. You kind of just seem like the sort of people you're overhearing are mostly just sort of the general citizens of the area. You could question them if you like, but you may or may not feel that they're going to be bastions of truth.
After I hear Thaddeus ask the first citizen what's going on and kind of get a non-committal response from them, I'll turn to Thaddeus and say, if anyone's going to know what's going on, it's going to be the barkeep. Maybe we just ask in the tavern.
I'd rather find an official source of information, but we can begin there.
All
You
right.
can go stop by the mayor's house if you want.
That's a phenomenal idea. Maybe I should look around. No, beer first, mayor second.
Yes, beer first. Good job.
Okay. So, you approach the inn. It is a 3-story stone structure crowned by a steep slate roof that bristles with many chimneys. A signboard juts out over the door, hanging from chains. It is a 10-foot-long carved wooden scimitar emblazoned with the inn's name in red paint, the Swinging Sword, on both sides. An inn yard with stables and outbuildings lies behind the building. It is a welcoming and luxurious by the area's rustic standards. This is what it appears from the outside, at least.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll enter the inn.
Yep.
Okay. 2 seconds.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's an inn.
Let me just grab your tokens as well.
Wow,
So
Adam,
you don't
nicely
get the
done.
music, Filthy, is that right?
I don't have the music, so from my perspective and the perspective of all of our viewers, it looks like you're just randomly dancing in your chair to nothing.
It's it now. We're getting drunk.
Okay. Let's see. You can tell that the inn's very popular. There's a lot of wayfarers in here. There's a dining room on the ground floor as you enter. You can see that there are some rooms on the lower floor as well. And the bar ahead of you has a female human just sort of dusting the side and organizing food and cups, and there's a couple of people sat at these chairs as well.
Cool. All right. However, this is probably going to cut the part. So thank you all for watching. We'll be back shortly. Hopefully you're enjoying the D&D, and we'll see you guys soon.